What is up, everybody? I'm No Lux Given, and I am super close to hitting Infinite for the season, so figured I would just play some games with live commentary here. I might have to move some stuff around, haven't played on the PC in a moment, but it looks like this is a fine enough place as any for my camera. Maybe I'll make it a little bit smaller here. And I'm going to play some games with C3, which is the deck that got me to Infinite last season. It's the deck I've been climbing with the most this season. I think I've gotten a few Infinity borders with it. As you can see here, I have the Odin from last season at Infinite. Just throw Jeff down into the center there. And I've got Magic to hopefully allow me to draw one card deeper, find that Cerebro. I'm really close to hitting Infinite rank for the season. Haven't been playing too much. Oop, just got a little bit of a lag spike. Haven't been playing too much this season. So, yeah, still have some climbing to do here, and then I'm going to jump into Conquest and play a lot more of that. We could just play Invisible Woman Shadow King this turn. It's not a horrible turn because it knocks out the Craven. It contributes to knocking down Lizard. I think this is what I'm going to go with. I'm tempted to Invisible Woman Shadow King into Baxter Building, but I think this is going to be it for now. Nightcrawler. And then, yeah, we'll set up with this Invisible Woman. So, Valkyrie into the Invisible Woman stuff is also kind of interesting. What I'm actually somewhat leaning towards here, though, is using Scarlet Witch in Baxter Building. Actually, I don't have to Scarlet Witch here. I can Scarlet Witch anywhere. But using Kingpin in Baxter Building and flipping that with Valkyrie, there's no locations that I need to turn off with Scarlet Witch. So I think I'm going to flop that down in the center. Again, I do want to beat this Lizard, so I will need 4-card center to be able to do that. And I'm just going to play Kingpin into Baxter Building with the plan being to Valkyrie both the Kingpin and the Wasp in that location, which should potentially allow me to win it with the Valkyrie activation, but certainly if I draw Cerebro. Okay. It's not the best. So I don't know what this means, if this means they have Arrow or Magneto. Either way, we play around it with this play. And then we're still just hoping to draw Cerebro. It's a 33%er next turn. We could lose in Limbo. But we're just hoping to draw Mystique, Cerebro, win in Baxter Building, and then use those extra points to also grab a win in the Daily Bugle. But we'll have 21 points there. So it's pretty reasonable we win that as well. Let's see, the main thing that gets me here is a Legion to turn off Limbo. Oh, it's Arrow to bring me back into the Bugle. Okay, well, that's going to make it tougher because now this Kingpin is way too big, but I haven't drawn anything else. The awkward part here being I'm winning in Daily Bugle, but I'm losing in Baxter Building. So I think, awkwardly enough, the play is something like this, which puts me in with 5 points in Limbo, so I will win even if my opponent is able to take the Baxter Building. I don't think that this is really worth staying in it. That's the problem. I could just dip on the Baxter Building entirely and have 8 in Limbo. My opponent would have to put 5 power here in order to beat me. You know what? If that's the play, I think I actually like this, but let's just go all out for it, and let's also put Bast over into Limbo. This means I lose to just any big play in Limbo. But there's no way they would make that play. All right, let's see what happens here. This is kind of risky. This is not a very strong lineup for Cerebro. But just the way that the game kind of worked out, it is strong for what the game is. I win in the center because we shrink their lizard. Oh, Scarlet Witch could complicate this. No. Okay. Yeah, we shrink their lizard. And then I win in Limbo. So there we go. That was a really, really close one. That's going to grab me 4 cubes, which puts me really, really close to hitting infinite here now. I don't think that was a bot either. I think that was a real opponent. We'll get some Cerebro boosters there for our troubles. And now I only need 2 more cubes. And I'm infinite for the season. So I can taste it. Let's see if we can get in there. I do have a lot of other Cerebro content planned, potentially. I got infinite with Cerebro last season. Oh, that's not the cube button. Like I said, I haven't played too much on the computer. We will have to do something with Sewer System, but that something could just be throwing Cerebro and Mystique in that location on the final turn and winning the other 2 locations. I'm confident enough that I want to snap, get those 2 cubes, and grab infinite that way. I think that that's a good plan. Cloning Vats seems like a pretty decent location for me. Could see running out Invisible Woman really anywhere. But I'm going to toss it here, I think. I don't want to overflow my hand because we've got Cloning Vats. But I am looking at the fact that on turn 4, I might want to play Sentinel plus Invisible Woman. All right, let's play Sentinel blind here and see what my opponent gets up to. I got infinite with Cerebro last season. I might make a compilation of my favorite games from that climb and make that into a video or 2. And then I also won some conquests with Cerebro last season, and that might also be fun content at some point. All right, got in the Sentinel before the Lechugia, so that seems good. I will just play Cerebro Center. Hit subscribe if you want to see more sweet Cerebro content. We're up against a Thanos deck, and it looks like we are just going to lose in the Sewer System and kind of let that happen. Ooh, Mobius ain't bad. I do have to play one thing in Lechugia or risk Overflow. Jeff into Cloning Vats makes a lot of sense because we can always move that around, get additional value there. And I think I'm going to have to throw Mobius into Lechugia, even though I'd love to draw Valkyrie. My main concern is Professor X, which Jeff will allow me to play around nicely. Professor into Cloning Vats and then Professor into Sewer System could be a little bit awkward. No, my opponent's going to play with Blue Marvel instead this game. So I think we're going to be all right. Just don't want to draw... Well, now I could have a real Cerebro and Mystique going on here. Play another Jeff, because why not? And then play Invisible Woman. And then I've got a Wasp. So here I'm just... Wave is just awkward, but I've got Mobius. I'd snap again if I could. I think we're infinite here. Mind Stone. Plus 3 more energy Time Stone and then 3 more energy worth of cards Psylocke. So they're going to have 8 energy on the final turn. But I don't think this is quite going to cut it. I'm leaving myself the opportunity to draw Scarlet Witch here, but that still doesn't get around Soul Stone, so I don't think that that gets around much of anything. So for the final turn, like, Sure, we can just, like, throw out a Jeff. I mean, I really want to play around Alioth, I suppose. Would they alley into sewer system up by 10 there already? Where would they alley? The thing is, if they alley in sewer system, don't we still just win? They could play like a lizard here for 6. Wait, no. How do I rewind? It's this. They could have allied into Lechugia to kill me here. I think alley into Lechugia is actually the play that makes the most sense, and I thought about it right at the very last second there. So that's what I'm hoping to play around. It was alley center, so that is going to get my Wasp. And that is going to make me lose. Oh, alley center got me because I moved away too many Jeffs. So I could have just kept one Jeff center and then played around both alleys. All right, that was a little tough. I thought about the alley math at the last second there, and it was tough. So we're gonna lose some cubes, but that means that this is just a little bit of a longer video. Not quite a 12-minute video. Maybe the runtime spoiled it for some of y'all, but we still got some games to play. That's all right. I think there was a little bit of panic there, a little bit of time pressure that didn't allow me to make the best possible decision. Mobius is good, having access to that. I'll snap if we find the Cerebro. Ooh, we're up against another Thanos. They give us Dark Dimension, which is great for this deck. We play Invisible Woman, so of course we like Dark Dimension. Throne Room, actually a pretty awkward location for the deck. Let's start with a Blind Sentinel, yet again. They've got Soul Stone, which is also a problem for the deck, and Snow Guard to probably be turn-in locations off. That's fine. That's actually good for me. We get rid of Soulstone. We can get rid of Throne Room here. That might have actually gone pretty well for me, because my Sentinel, I invested 2 energy, but not much beyond that. I don't think I can snap without Cerebro still, but I don't hate the fact that we have Valkyrie Dark Dimension. I feel like that's all going to be pretty interesting for me. This turn's probably just Morb plus Sentinel. Apologies if you can hear, actually no apologies, but you might be able to hear Lily snoring right now. Let's go Mob Sentinel into Murder World. Next turn, hoping to draw Magic or Cerebro. Professor. Okay, or Jeff. Actually, really just Magic this turn is the bee's knees. We can find the rest later. But you know what? They've got Snow Guard. Oh well. Shadow King here. Yeah, they'll probably just play Snow Guard, turn off Limbo. They do have to play it here, but there's no real way I can play around that. Just want to draw Jeff or Cerebro. Okay. So they can't play Alioth. I mean, they can. But if they play Alioth, then they're not playing Snowguard. Sounds good. I can't play these in separate locations because if I play Cerebro here, Magic will hit Shadow King. But this wins New York. I'm going to snap back. I think my opponent won't retreat from this because they have me with the gotcha. With the Snowguard reveal. Bear form. Hawk, sure. I don't know. I don't know the different Snowguards. And then they Jeff center for a total of 7. We're going to tie in New York. Kick their butt in Limbo. And then I don't know if we beat them. Oh, and we lose to Blue Marvel. This could get a little bit dicey. No, we lose to Devil Dino, but we win the differential. That's a close differential. Beating that, losing by 7, winning by 13, and a tight center location. I do actually beat Blue Marvel here. It would be 5-7 in Dark Dimension. I didn't think too much about what this was. I just assumed I was going to win in New York. But the Jeff meant that then they weren't able to then win in the Dark Dimension by enough. And we were able to get the differential. So we are back up 8 cubes. And right where we were at the start of last game, 99.5. And closing in on Infinite. Just 2 more cubes needed. Hopefully we can wrap it up in this game. Don't look at the runtime of this video. Huge spoilers. But we'll see if we are able to get it done against Zazer, going for the closer with C3. No Cerebro here yet, but again, Dark Dimension, not too shabby. And Scarlet Witch to ruin a location. Valkyrie, ooh, that's a good one. If we can draw the Mobius. I might have been calling it Morbius. Apologies. I'm not like a huge Marvel nerd enough that I do make that mistake sometimes. I could also just Scarlet Elysium. Let's Scarlet Blind. We could also just not Scarlet, but then we run into Morbius on the other side of the table. Let's do it like this. Alright. We'll trade Jeffs. And I will pop out a Witch to show us the vault. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay. So I'm snapping. Oh yeah, we actually want to Bast in Dark Dimension. I think what we might wind up doing is Valkyrieing into the Vault. I kind of don't need to play anything here. It's a little bit spooky, but unless my opponent drops Mobius, I think we can just sit. Iron Lad giving me Rock Slide. Okay, well now I could Bast a rock, and I'll be happy that I waited. Alright, that is a great draw, because that's just going to allow me to drop a free Sentinel, effectively, every turn. And I'll run out the Bast this turn. We're probably going to play Valkyrie next turn. Bast is free, so we could just play Bast plus Valkyrie next turn. Maybe I'll wait. Maybe I'll wait one more second. I'm just a little bit nervous that my opponent's going to wreck Elysium for me. So let's play Bast. I think it's safe enough. Let's see what happens here. Black Bolt makes me lose my Cerebro. That was a huge reason not to play the Bast. Alright. I think I can still win in the Vault. We're going to have 4 cards there to my opponent's, hopefully 3. So I think we win the Vault. Okay, this one is getting close. I don't think my opponent would play to the Vault this turn unless they want to play Darkhawk. Stature. Alright, that's perfect. We beat them in the Vault. 4 cards to 3. If they have Jeff, we tie in the vault. But short of that, we've won the vault. And we actually are currently winning in Elysium because we can move, or Dark Dimension because we can move Jeff over. We do have to think about where my opponent might throw Darkhawk. And the fact that they are currently losing in Elysium because of Jeff means that they might just put a 4th card into Elysium. I'm a little bit disappointed to see Leader this turn. My gut is telling me throw 12 into the Dark Dimension. How many cards are in my deck? 4. So the dude's only for 8, surprisingly. No. I've got 8 cards in my deck. Okay, so the guy's for 16. I can only add 3 here anyways. This actually might just be a retreat. I might not be able to win. This beats Leader into Dark Dimension. Let's see what they have. Oh, they already had Jeff. Okay, I don't know quite how I missed that one, but we tie in the vault, and what does my opponent have for Dark Dimension? If they've got Darkhawk, I'm boned. It's Enchantress, and I win on differential. Wow, some really, really close games in this video. I beat them by 7, they beat me by 4, but that is going to get me to infinite rank. Some really crazy close games. I think I hopefully showed the flexible power of Cerebro. I kind of just never retreated and saw what was up. My ranking isn't super high because this is pretty late in the season, but that is going to give me this infinite card back, and now I will go and play some Conquest to finish out the season, try to get that Iron Man avatar and card back from the shop. That's looking sweet. Haven't played Conquest yet at all. Haven't played that much Marvel Snap, but I'm still confident that I will be able to grab this Iron Man. Just grabbed Black Knight and MODOK yesterday from Spotlight Caches, put out a short video on that, and I think I will put out a video. So I'm gonna open up some of my collector's reserves. I probably have, well, you can, oh no, you can't see on the PC, but I've got about 100 collector's reserves. I think it's like 150 that I have once you scroll up here enough, and a bunch of these have gold tickets in them. So I'm not super concerned with my ability to get enough Conquest medals. There's so many different types of currency in this game. I'm not super concerned with my ability to earn enough medals to get this sweet Iron Man Midnight Suns variant to round out the season, but I was able to grab Infinite with these games today. That's going to be it for me. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'm No Lux Given. Peace.